I went away for a weekend trip and did some sketching at a zoo as well as on the go. So come along with me as I show you what sketches I got done. This one was in the car while on the way. We had about a 3-hour ride, so it was a bit wobbly in pen, but we also stopped off at some services and grabbed some snacks after. We eventually stopped at Peyton Harbour and had a little look around, had some dinner, and here I quite enjoyed looking at the sights and showing off my outfit. I had really liked the look of the carousel, so I was hoping to try and get a quick sketch of it through the window from the restaurant we had sat in to grab some food. And I had initially put down paint on the pages to use as a background, and unfortunately the paint that I used kind of mixed in and didn't really stay on top. I still enjoyed my food and I did like the sketch eventually, but I was hoping that it would pop out a bit more. I overall just enjoyed the general vibe of looking around and enjoying the sights and possibly buying some treats, but we also visited an art shop and they had lots of lovely supplies that were very tempting for me, but they had this really cool old vintage print press that was really cool to see in person. I did look at some inks and other things, but in the end I ended up buying an ink pad, which I actually needed anyway. We saw some old architecture and then I stopped to have a iced matcha, which I probably drew in my sketchbook. A little too large though, so I couldn't get it all in. But I'm still happy with capturing the memory. And a little after that I went and got some strawberries and chocolate at the beach. And then we promptly made our way to where we were staying in a posh static camper van for glamping, if you want to call it. And we spent the evening at a clubhouse and I did some sketching of a guy in front of me and the drink that I was having. Even though it was slightly dimly lit, I still found it quite easy to sketch at that time. We were watching a kids' evening show and it was a bit over the top, but it was pretty funny to watch. The next morning we headed out for some breakfast and I decided to get some smashed avocado on toast, but first I had some red berry tea and drew it before our breakfast came. And even though I did enjoy the sketch, sadly I didn't realise until later that these pages were pretty thin and that pen would bleed through, so you're going to see that throughout this sketchbook. After breakfast we headed to Peyton Zoo where there were many animals and we started in the reptile house, and again you can see here that pen bleeds through, but of course I started out sketching with pencil and didn't realise the pen would bleed through until much later. But I definitely enjoyed sketching all the animals, and even though I didn't fit them all in, I definitely saw a lot more than I sketched, but since I was trying to get it all in as quickly as possible, I just did some quick sketches, and unfortunately I didn't get as much footage of the zoo itself, but it was definitely worth it for a day out. Once we had left the zoo, we went out for some treats, which maybe was a bit too much. But I did some sketching of the drink that I had and the local mascot, as well as some bees that were outside. There was also a seagull that came to visit us, and then later on I drew this snake statue that I saw and really liked. That evening there was a show of 3 women singing and dancing, but I forgot to record that. But since it was our last day, I thought I would draw the keys to our camper van, and I also sketched this view in the morning at breakfast, but unfortunately there wasn't enough time to do a dual page spread, so I only inked the one side. Before we made our journey home, we decided to stop at Brixham Harbour for a look about. We saw some lovely boats, and there also happened to be a lovely little craft market there, which was very tempting to get one of everything, but luckily I resisted. We stopped for some ice cream, and I did a sketch of a boat and a little pigeon that was resting in the corner. I'd also seen these cute Karomi earrings that I'd sketched, and I completely forgot to film it. We also popped to a little cafe afterwards for just a little coffee break. But these are the cute earrings that I found, and I just love them so much, but I did sketch them at the time and just completely forgot to record it. That is everything from my trip, and obviously I have filled some pages in and have nearly finished this sketchbook, but thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.